people have choices in life.
Not everybody.
Everybody do have choices, Joe. Because even if somebody, like you said, somebody was 4 years old, they lost one of their parents, the other one ended up on drugs. Check this out. Then they made enough money to not only get out the hood, but they made millions, and they can put the money in the bank, they can buy houses, they can do all the stuff.
Was never changed,
if they can't keep living like that, they have choices though. They can either keep living like a ghetto hood person who want to be having a bunch of guns and still selling drugs and doing all kinds of stuff, putting their lives at risk as well as their families, or they can be constructive, responsible adults. Then use the money and get some education and find out.
Taught that you're supposed to get money and get education with. You only. Mom,
so you think that they get all that money and they just stay stupid?
Not everybody.
Exactly, not everybody.
I see what you're trying to say. Like some people come from nothing and they make themselves into something. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you only know what you know though.
And the ones that don't will self-destruct because either you learn from something, just like you can learn how to sell drugs, you can learn how to get education, you can learn how to survive without selling drugs, you can learn how to survive without weapons and violence.
Everybody can't, Mom.
You can't. How did you learn how to sell drugs? You know how much math that takes to learn how to sell drugs? You have to learn how to count your money. Those drug dealers are out there making big time money. They have to know how to add, subtract, multiply, divide.
Some people are DMX. He said somebody slipped in crack when he was 14 years old. How did he die? From a drug overdose. Somebody messed his life up. But
he did so much more positive stuff in between his life than just.
He's a strong soldier that was fighting his whole life. Don't nobody know what he was going through.
But he didn't kill people or like ruin his life.
But he didn't kill nobody. He didn't walk around with a bunch of guns.
He was a problem before he got
He didn't go offering the drugs to other people.
But he learned and he moved on. Whatever he did.
A special type of person that was gifted by God.
He probably fell back and made another mistake.
Everybody's gifted by God.
Like you said, you can't judge nobody, so don't nobody know DMX's real story either, but God and him. So he could have had a heart problem that took him out of here. The white people were so quick to say he had an overdose. They don't know that unless they was right there with him and they watched him get.
I know, but what I'm saying though is if he wasn't somebody destroyed his life from the beginning. Sometimes look,
his life wasn't destroyed though.
Joe, there's people that was younger than, how old was he when the person gave him drugs?
14.
And
it's people that was 8 and was given drugs.
But listen, what I'm saying is, we're going to get off of him, because that's one of my favorite rappers, and I'm trying to say that he's good.
I love him. I'm not saying nothing bad about him either.
Embrace him. King Von.
We don't know who that is.
All right,
I know who he is.
Yeah, you know who he is. He died from being super tough and thinking he got to shoot everybody or whatever like that. It's not his
but again,
fault.
that's you judging him again. You told me not to judge Bobby's murder, but you just judged him. Now, how do you know that that's exactly how he lived? How you know he didn't have to act the way he was acting because that's the only way he could protect his life when he was out in public anywhere performing on stage or anything. But you just judged him.
If your mindset is already different, like I got a mindset that when if I get rich, I know how to maintain the money and flip it and be a regular person now because I'm older. When I was 17 and I had $100,000, I didn't know no better. Nobody told me, yo, go invest in this and
But I'm going to tell you something. If you get all that money and you put God first and you keep praising him and getting down on your knees and praying to him, I bet you you'll succeed. And I bet you won't be worried about guns and shooting up people and drugs.
Nobody, I can't judge a person who's a shooter and a person. You don't know why they're a shooter.
But you just judged King Von. It's contradicting yourself. But you told me not to judge Bobby Smurder.
No, I didn't say don't judge him. I'm saying there's some people that I know personally from the beginning to the finish. If you don't know what that means, then you know what I'm saying, you can't relate to it. Like I didn't have to go outside and sell drugs.
Because you gotta understand, I might be twice your age plus some,
I have friends that
but I'm
didn't have
street
you.
smart and book smart. And I know a lot of people like drugs didn't just start when your generation came along. People been selling drugs forever.
If I could have a child,
that's an excuse.
If I go knock on somebody's door like ding dong and then put the baby right there, right? Whoever raised that baby, they gonna know whatever the person raised them up.
Right, but people have choices, and I'm gonna tell you a perfect example. You can go out here on Allen Avenue before you get on 95 or 76 or whatever, right? and you can see a man standing out there begging for money with a can in his hand, right? And it's 99 degrees outside. It's burning up. This man is sweating. He could have a heat stroke, anything could go wrong out here.
Why he don't get a job? He could walk, he could do this.
Because he could walk a block away and get a job at McDonald's and be nice and cool all day and still make money.
PTSD so bad when he around people, he like, oh, look, don't nobody know what he's been through. You can't judge a person.
Okay, but then if he take that money that he get all day long
and go get drugs to try to fix his anxiety or his PTSD.
That's his business. If he can stand out there all day long in 99-degree weather, begging people in the middle of the street, risking his whole entire life, he could get hit by a car, he could hit by a couple of cars, he could lose his whole entire life begging for money. You mean to tell me that he can't make the money he's going to make, get something cold to drink, get a sandwich to eat, and go and grab somebody somewhere, even if it's not getting a job at McDonald's, but going in there and talking to somebody, asking them, where can I go to get some help? That's, come on, like, he can at least do that, right or wrong.
See, I'm a firm believer.
He can go and ask for some help, though, right?
Nobody told him to ask for help.
There's plenty of people out here that would still help him. But you know to go get high all day long? Like, he knows to go and ask people for money. You did, though. You said he can make the money and go get drugs. I'm not saying that everybody out there is asking for money for drugs, because some people are really hungry and some people are really thirsty. But you're giving people excuses to not move on, and that's like people have choices. Like, I made a lot of bad choices. A lot of us have made a lot of bad choices in life. I'm not going to sit here and blame nobody for them. Not my upbringing, not nothing. I've been from 51st to 60th Street. I made a lot of bad choices in my life, but I cannot say, oh, well, I'm from Summer Street, and you know, back in Summer Street, that's where the niggas was out there shooting at night, and they was trapping, and they was doing this. So that's all I know, because that's all I was around. So no, I had to woman up, I had to mom up and be a good mom.
Everybody can't do that.
Take care of my kids.
You're blessed to have super strength to go forward.
But I also, and everybody had choices. I could have made other choices too. I could have said, you know what, I don't want to be a responsible mom.
Yeah, so everybody do have choices, and then you still got to think about everything was already written too, mixed with everybody got choices, and then some people was ruined from the beginning. I got friends I grew up with that serving life in jail right now because they didn't have nothing but the street to go to.
That's
but that
not
goes
true.
all the way back to my grandparents who was born in the early 1900s, like 1908, 1912, in that era. Those people had it hard too. Like, our people had it hard from day one. We never had it easy.
Oh, there we go. Everybody talk, if you break your foot, where do you go? To the hospital, because you got what? Physical health, right? Your physical health is messed up. Everybody got mental health. Some people's stuff ain't strong as yours.
So,
it's not gonna work.
And when that person break their foot, they got a choice to either keep a broken foot or go to the hospital and get it fixed. Right or wrong. But then you would say, oh, well, you can't say that because...
Hold on real quick. This is real important. I just peeped that some of my friends, right? Like, Mert, that's my cousin. Some of them was mature when we was little because they had a dad who taught them how to be mature and be a man. I'm just learning how to be a man the last 5 years. A woman can't teach a man how to be a man. I know people that don't have a mom or a dad. What they gonna do?
And I know people that don't have a mom or a dad and never had one, and they still, exactly.
Yeah, they're different. They're blessed to be stronger than, like...
But when you sit there and make excuses like that, that's not an excuse. It is an excuse because it's people who don't have nothing. It's people blind, deaf, dumb.
You be stuck right where you are for the rest of your life, blaming everybody else in the world for what's wrong with you.
He said, so I got my first pack on 51st and Market. I ain't want clothes, I just wanted some Boston Market. No mom to call, no dad to beat. Stuck on the street, stomach growling like a dog showing his teeth.
But he still made it somewhere because he made the song.
Because he was extra different. You gotta be extra different.
But that's just an excuse. Only people say that and use that as an excuse.
I'm not making an excuse.
Anybody make it.
When y'all record this, don't say that. I'm making an excuse for for nobody selling drugs or shooting nobody.
No, but you're making an excuse for people using stuff as an excuse. You're making an excuse for excuses.
I don't know. Maybe
because you can overcome anything if you have the will and the power to. And it's like you have parents, you have neighbors, God, you have God, you have
parents. A lot.
But you have school, teachers, parents, neighbors, friends, siblings.
There's times I would have gave up and been wilding out somewhere for bank robberies and cop shootings if I didn't have y'all as support. Some people don't have support. What do they do?
That's true too.
Support play a lot. They play a lot.
But it's not everything.
He last night and was like, and I was like, I'm about to leave here and go over there. And he was like, no, stay here. You're amazing and you're fun to be around. That made me feel good. That made me feel good for somebody to remind you, oh, you're not in the way. Some people feel you never know what some people will go to. Some people
but that's not an excuse because everybody goes through something. Everybody's going through something.
That's true too.
You know what I'm saying? That's an excuse.
No
matter what you say, it's an excuse. But some people handle it messed up and do messed up stuff, and some people do it good. It doesn't matter. Like, you have so many opportunities. God, you're not on this earth alone. So you can't say because somebody don't have family. That's when you have a friend. That's when you have somebody on TV that you relate to. That's when you find a role model. Read books from Dr. Martin Luther King.
To the person who sells drugs.
That's a choice. That's a choice. Because just like Mommy said, you can make the right decision and grind up from McDonald's. That people make choices to do everything.
You also make the wrong choice and ruin your life before you even 18.
And you can still fix it. Like, you can still fix it. That's why people have their own businesses.
I got my homie Cowboy. He about to come home, God willing, soon or whatever. He's 34, just like me now. He went to jail when he was 15 years old because older people influence. 15, his brain not even developed yet. His brain not developed until he's like 30 something. Older people influence them to get locked up for life.
That's an excuse.
How?
That is because it's an excuse.
Because there's other people that
influence. What kind of word is that? Like,
that's the same thing as DMX said it was when somebody gave him crack. They set him up. He was a kid. He was still a kid at 14.
But he still became a multi-platinum, successful, legendary artist that changed the world. But God gives the same opportunity. It's free will that messes people up and making excuses and the choices that people make. You understand what I'm saying? Like, nobody has anything more from beginning. We all have the same. We're all equal.
You're not going to see the same because I believe that.
But that's an excuse, and that's why
I believe life was already.
But you still have free will, and free will is the only thing that can change what's written.
So
like, you have free will.
Do you believe that it was already written what day you was going to die?
You can still change it. It can be, but you have free will.
All right, boom. I believe both just like you. So some people it was written, he's going to be a self-destructive airhead who never changed his life. And some people written.
But God don't write that for nobody. People make that. God did not write you're going to be a self-destructive person and you're going to ruin your whole life. He just gives you the opportunity to make the mistake.
That people were born with good hearts and bad hearts? Me and Aunt Ruthie had this discussion.
No, I don't.
Ruthie believed that a person can have a bad heart and then eventually God can soften their heart and make it change to different.
Yeah, but they weren't born with that heart.
Yeah, I believe you was born with a good heart or a bad heart.
No, God. Why would God make somebody with a bad heart? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Bad people in the world.
They grew like that and they took that. Yes. I don't believe that.
So you don't think it's people that's born already with no conscience? At 4 years old and 5 years old, they already like, I can kill.
I think that people.
If you see a baby in a stroller and you go over there and say to the baby, "Oh, you're so cute," you think that it's possible that that baby could already be evil?
Yeah,
no, you tripping.
From what he learned and from the people that he be around and hearing stuff that he acquired.
The devil around him. Now how is he still around? God let evil stay around.
He let evil, but he don't create people. The devil was an angel who decided to go against God and become the devil. That's called free will. Because people allow him mentally. Like, people, that's being weak. That's being weak.
Some people do get led on by the devil, but I believe that
everybody gets led on by the devil. Everybody does. Yeah, like, but how far do you take it is the question. You understand what I'm saying? But making excuses is just not the answer. Like, everybody has the same opportunity.
Everybody do have the same opportunity, but some people just had it rougher than others. Like, point blank period.
You gotta move back.
Shout out to my little brother Saeed. I remember he came up in the struggle just like a lot of us did, and he turned out to be a good man or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? He forced he changed himself. You know what I'm saying? He came from nothing and made himself something. But people like you, it's hard to find. It's rare that you find people like you that's in our age bracket that's not.
But it's just because of the way that I think and the way that I see stuff. I see stuff totally different. Like, I don't see everything. Like, even like how mommy said, like, if you have to do something illegal and have to do something, you stack your stuff up and you do it and you move on.